Hi there. I'm not sure if you knew this, but my school that I went to college is North Central University in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Go Rams! The reason I'm telling you that is that this year they have a new president after many years. Dr. Gordon Anderson, who was president when I was there, retired, and they brought in the new president, Scott Hagan, and he just started officially this summer and then this school year. And so as a person who went to school there, I'm kind of watching from the outside and seeing what happens there. And I happened to catch the first chapel service where President Hagan was speaking. And he was speaking about several ideas, but one of the ideas he talked about was how we live in a world that has a tension between quantum and incremental. There's the quantum where things go fast and we really like those things. We live in a world where they like those things, where the Flash is a superhero. And then there's the incremental things that take time. The Bible has both of those as well. He talked about Philip, where he was in one location, water baptized someone, and then is in another location. I always used to call that Star Trek, beam me up, Scotty. He was in one place, and that was a quantum leap forward. And we like those stories. We like Jesus in the boat, and all of a sudden they're at the shore. It's a quantum thing that happens. But there's also in the Bible, it talks about incremental things. The Israelites, rather than God taking them on a short trip to the promised land, he took them on a longer trip so he could do things inside of them. And incremental is important. Quantum is also important. There's things, miracles happen, that's a quantum thing. Something, someone's healed physically, it's a quantum leap forward. We love those stories. We love what God does that only he can do. I love being involved in those processes. But there's also incremental things in my life that take time, that take a distance, and I have to be comfortable with those as well. It's kind of like the Mark Batterson quote that he's made famous: work as if it depends upon you, pray as if it depends on God. The work side of it is the incremental. That's our part to play. Yes, we do hacks and things that we can to be as efficient as possible, but at the same point, we're praying for the quantum, for God to do the miraculous. We need both sides of it. We pray, God, do the miraculous, take us forward 10 steps that we can't do on our own. But then we work on the day by day that sometimes is incremental. It takes, well, it's like my daughter Samantha. We have this little chart on the wall that a lot of people have where how tall she's getting. And at the beginning of the school year, which just happened, September, I always mark that line where she's at. And I haven't seen her grow. I didn't wake up one morning, but she's grown. In the last 3 years like this. And I'm like, that's because it's incremental growth. And if we commit ourselves as Christians to that incremental growth toward Jesus, the constant moving in the same direction as Eugene Peterson talks about, we're going to get somewhere that we wouldn't otherwise. And we may look back and, 3 years ago we were here and now we're here. Wow, God's done an amazing thing. And sometimes he'll push us ahead quantumly. And that's what we pray for on this side. But we do our part on this. So as we're reading a book, Wisdom Chasers by Nathan Foster, and he talks about dream big and then set your pace. Because that's where we get into trouble, because we want the quantum. We set a pace that's unrealistic for us. Rather than pray for God to do the miraculous, we figure out a pace that's sustainable, that's doable over time, and you'll be amazed at where you can get as you work with God together on the incremental approach. Flip side, you pray for God to do those things that only he can do. The favor with people that you couldn't afford to get favor with. You do those, you pray on that side, you work on this side. And you'll amaze what God will do both over time, through the incremental work as you partner together, and the quantum as he interjects into your life and changes things in a miraculous way, in moments, in instants, and changes lives in and through you. So let me encourage you with that today. Maybe you're struggling with you want the quantum now. Keep working at it. step by step by step what God has called you to. On the flip side, keep praying. Keep praying. God can do in a moment what would take you a lifetime. So keep going after, keep praying, keep working, and we'll be amazed at what God has done in and through our lives over the period of time as we seek Him. God bless. Have a great day.